As part of this section module, we are going through the details related to performance tuning of SQL queries. We'll be writing queries against orders and order items tables. As part of this lecture, let's review the details with respect to indexes and constraints on both orders and order items. Let me expand the connection here. Let me go to the databases here. In this case, I'm interested in itversity_retail_db. We have public schema in this. We need to go to public schema. As part of public schema, you can see there are quite a few tables. The tables which you are interested in are nothing but orders and order items. Now let me expand orders. As part of orders, we have 4 columns. You can see the 4 columns here. One constraint. The constraint is nothing but orders_p key. Also there is one index. The index name is nothing but orders order date index. If you want to get the details about columns in the constraints and also data types when it comes to columns, one of the ways is to right click on this, then go to scripts, create script. We should be able to review the details with respect to create table statement for orders and also additional statements if at all they are applicable. You can see that when it comes to primary key, the primary key is on order_id. The constraint is nothing but this primary key constraint. You can see the details here. The name is orders_p key. When it comes to orders_p key, it is of type primary key. The constraint is on order_id. Then if you scroll down, it also have index. The index name is nothing but this one. The index is on order_date. I will drop this index very soon. For now, you keep in mind that we have primary key and index. Even when it comes to primary key, there will be index associated with this primary key. I will explain why there will be index associated with the primary key at a later point in time. But for now, just keep in mind that whenever you find primary key or unique, there will be index associated with them. Let's also review the details with respect to order items. When it comes to order items, we have 6 columns. The 6 columns are nothing but these ones. We have one constraint. The constraint is nothing but order items p key. We have one index. The index is nothing but order items OID_IDX. Now let's right click, go to scripts, click on create script. You can review the create table script here. When it comes to constraint, it is of type primary key. The primary key is on order_item_id, which is first column in this table. On top of primary key, we also have index. The index name is nothing but this one. The index is on order_item_id. You can see the order_item_id here. It is the second column in the table. Actually, when it comes to this order_item_id, it is foreign key column to orders already. Order items is supposed to be child table to orders. There should have been a foreign key constraint on this column referring to orders already. However, it is missing. In case if you wanted to add that foreign key, we should be able to add it using alter table command. We'll go to the details very soon. That being said, first let's make sure we close these query editors. Let's make sure we click on don't save. Now both of them are closed. Let's open a new query editor. For that, we should be able to right click on this and then click on query tool. Now let's make sure we drop both the indexes. You will understand why I am dropping indexes once we go to the details with respect to performance tuning in subsequent lectures. I am setting the stage for us to understand the performance tuning by seeing right examples. I don't want to have additional indexes except for primary key constraints on these 2 tables so that we understand the concepts of performance tuning without any confusion. First, let me expand orders here. Let me make sure I expand indexes. The index name is nothing but this one. I should be able to say drop index orders_order_date_idx. Now we should be able to run this. It will take care of dropping the index for us. In the similar manner, I would like to drop this index as well. The index name is nothing but order_items_OID_IDX. I should be able to come up with drop index statement with right index name. It is nothing but order_items_OID_IDX. Let me select this and click on execute. Even this index is dropped. Unlike in most of the databases, when it comes to Postgres, we might have to commit the DDL statements to take care of these changes permanently. Hence, we need to make sure we add commit here and run it. You can see the message here. The commit is successful. Don't worry too much about this warning. Now we should be able to use alter table command to add foreign key constraint on order items. When it comes to the column, it is nothing but order item already. It should be referring to orders already. The alter table command will look like this. Alter table, then table name, which is nothing but order_items, then add. Then we can say foreign key. We have to specify the field from order items. It is nothing but order item already. Then we have to say references orders order ID. Let's make sure we run this to add foreign key constraint on odd items, odd item, odd ID. You can review the message here. The command is executed successfully. Now we should be able to right click on this, then refresh. But before refreshing this, let's make sure we run commit once again. Then we should be able to click on refresh here. Now, if you review the constraints on odd items, you can see two constraints. The first one is nothing but order items, order item, order ID F key. This is the naming convention. It is used internally. It is system generated constraint name. The other constraint is nothing but this one, which is the primary key constraint. You can also right click and then go to scripts and then click on create script. You should be able to review the command related to adding foreign key constraint as well. You can see here. As part of this lecture, we have reviewed the indexes and constraints on both orders and order items. To make sure we set the stage to explore performance tuning details, I made sure the additional indexes are dropped. The constraints are still existing. When we have primary key constraints, there will be indexes associated with them, but the additional indexes are dropped. Even in your case, make sure the additional indexes are dropped so that you understand what is going on when I talk about performance tuning using orders and order items. On top of dropping indexes, I have even added foreign key constraint on order items, order item, order ID, referring to orders, order ID. It is because our data satisfies that foreign key constraint. I just want to have this foreign key constraint as well. You will understand why I am making sure I have foreign key constraint once we go to the details related to performance tuning. As the stage is set, first let's spend some time in understanding details with respect to table and index. Once we go to the details with respect to table and index, then we'll actually go to the details about interpreting the explain plans when we use explain command. Also, we'll go to the details about identifying the performance bottlenecks. Once we are able to identify the performance bottlenecks, we'll also get into the details about how to fix those performance bottlenecks. You will understand quite a few details in subsequent lectures of this section or module.